First thing we're going to do is draw 3 lines so that we have 4 columns. I have my paper and landscape and 3 lines. On the top left, write achievement. All right, so what we're looking at is in the past 90 days. So if you remember right, 90 days ago, it was last year. And you might have used the crossover of a new year to have some goals, have some things you wanted to achieve, or behavior changes. I look at managing life based off of work, health, love, and play, which and I would say that what we want to identify here is 1 to 3 achievements over the last 90 days. So an achievement is a project that got completed. So we're all researchers. A lot of us doing project-based work. What's one that got done or that made huge progress on? A milestone crossed, maybe a birthday had for you or a loved one, or your own milestone, because each is to their own. And first, write down 1 to 3 achievements. I'm going to put about 2 minutes on the timer and give us time to write. The absolute hardest part of moderating anything virtually is being silent. Give us about 15 more seconds. All right, so I will not share because I have found that when you share, people put themselves in comparison too, whereas this is about you and yourself. So in the next column over, I want you to, next to achievement, I want you to write reason why. Likely as you wrote those 1 to 3 things, you thought like, oh, that felt good when that happened. Or like, I really felt like I saw progress being made when that got achieved. Or like, I know this had a positive effect on someone that I care about. Right. So why did it feel good? A feeling, who it affected, right? Just for each of the 3, jot a note down about a reason why it was an achievement. Oh, 15 more seconds. All right, we're halfway through. So we had 4 columns. The first one we wrote 1 to 3 achievements. The next one we wrote reasons why. And the third column, write further progress. So if you were to look back 90 days from now, and in like that area you had made further progress, what would be something that is done? So we're gonna get back together every week for the next 13 weeks, but 13 weeks from now, what's further progress look like on that? I'll give this about 15 seconds since I forgot to start my timer. All right. Finally, over here on the right-hand side of your piece of paper, at the top, right, specific action. It's only Tuesday. Our to-do lists are long. We're plenty overwhelmed. It's the end of the quarter. We have stuff that we have to deliver by the end of this week. But if we made a commitment to ourselves to do even like the tiniest possible thing we can think that would move us towards that further progress, what would it be? So some sort of action that actually progresses this achievement forward. Others need more time to process than me. I've come to learn that like I am pre-programmed to take action. All right, I'm cutting you off. Hopefully your page looks something like mine. So now I will share an example just because it's something that I like talk about publicly all the time. But it was one that actually I did reach my own milestone on in the course of the past quarter and relate to how this works. So this is a tool called the Positive Focus from the Strategic Coach program that I'm a part of, which is an entrepreneurial coaching group. It's a tool that you fill out first before you start any sort of strategy work or thinking work, because it is one that directly helps you to kind of gain confidence and change how you're relating to yourself, to recognize that you are making gains, you are making progress, and that you do have an idea of what needs to get done. All right, so, and if you really are down on confidence, and particularly if I'm feeling really, really low, I recommit to filling this out every day for an entire week and just do 3 wins of the day. What am I, and how am I going to progress them tomorrow, right? And instantly bring yourself out of overwhelm and into realizing that we are good people doing good work. All right, so my example that I put across the top here, I actually made a LinkedIn post about it, was that I hit 1,000 days of my morning routine. And you're welcome to check that out. But for me, the reason why I made so much is because, like, for me, it's all about this like body of evidence building up that I am who I actually want to be. My further progress is that I keep returning to it. I actually just last night realized that it had been 5 days since I filled out my habit scorecard, where I actually like check everything off, whether I've done it or not, right? I got to keep on like staying diligent back to those little things that keep me accountable back to myself. And my specific action, I always say, it's to go to bed tonight, because when I go to bed, I get up at 4:30 every day. So I got to be asleep by 8:30 to make sure that I'm awake with no alarm at 4:30 and I'm back at it.
Colson feels like a superhuman, right?
What?
Feels like a superhuman, right? You wake up at 4:30.
It took years of working on myself to get to that level of behavior modification.
Awesome.
So now we have 10 minutes. I would encourage you to not get stuck in where are you calling from and what's the weather like, and actually share something that you have achieved over the last 90 days and what you expect to make happen over the coming quarter.